Pistol pointer here, doing a review on the Smith and Wesson 642 Airweight. Unloaded. We'll take a look at the gun just to begin with. Didn't come with the Crimson Trace laser grips. I added those on later. See, it says Airweight here. But I've been happy with it. Have one other Smith and Wesson snub nose revolver, and it's just the grips that I have on it. It's the Model 36, and the grips are flush with the actual metal grip, so it's a lot smaller piece to hold on to, and it's you have to adjust your grip after each shot when shooting it. Where this one, because of the wider grip, you can hold on to it pretty easily. It's still got some kick to it. I definitely, my personal opinion, I wouldn't want this gun in a 357 Magnum. I suppose it's better for self-defense purposes, but from a shooting standpoint, being able to do follow-up shots, I found that it's just too hard to handle in the 357. So the 38 special is I'm happy with. Have these self-defense. I believe they're Hornady, and this is a Bianchi speed strip, and it basically allows your ammunition to be held in a strip, and you can load it one at a time, or you can trying to show it here, you can kind of bend it sideways and do 2 or maybe 3 at a time. Mainly it's a convenient way to carry them in your pocket, or in sort of a mag carrier, but just for the cartridges. Those are hollow points, and I could feel a difference shooting these as far as being more hot. I have some target ammo that I usually use when I shoot, and these definitely had a little bit more kick. I think they're considered a plus P ammo, and this the 642 is able to take plus P. You can see a lot of the Smith and Wesson newer models right here above the cylinder release is a locking type bushing, where you can turn it counterclockwise to lock it and disable the gun. I don't ever mess with that. In fact, I wish it didn't have it there. This was sort of an impulse buy. I'd wanted a snub nose revolver for carrying because of the the simplicity and the lightweight. It's lighter than most semi-autos I've held, just because of the aluminum alloy frame. Some of the more expensive models are a Scadium or Scandium. I forget how you say it, but I think they're even slightly lighter. But this was fine, and it's easy to carry. I carry it in a I showed this holster in another video, the Galco horsehide. You can see the model number and everything there. But I've been really happy with this. It draws smooth, but it's secure. The revolver's secure in there. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall out. So yeah, that's a good holster for any J-frame revolver. So try and give you a look at this. Hopefully I've gotten about every angle. But the laser which you'll see. Yeah, you can see it there. It's sort of a review of the grips as well. I've got it sighted in out at about, probably 15 yards or so, is where the point of aim intersects with where the laser points. So if you're quite a bit closer than that or quite a bit further out, basically you can't rely on the laser as an accuracy. You need to use the sights. But I was able to shoot it without looking down the sights at some couple steel targets and then at a paper target. And I hit the steel, shot at the steel probably 5 times, and I think I got it 4 out of 5 times. It's a small steel target. And then I was able to keep the rounds within a 2 or 3 inch group on paper, at about 15 yards with it. So I was happy with that. That's more than I really expected I could get out of it. I did notice one comment on the Crimson Trace grips. After probably 20 to 30 shots, it seemed like the laser had adjusted or moved a little bit. So I re-sighted it in. So I suppose that might be something where you take it out shooting, use it, and then when you're done with it, re-sight it in again. So then you know that it's correct on its point of aim. And to adjust the laser grips, there's 2 holes. There's one here on the side, and if you can see it, one here up on the top, and it's about the smallest Allen wrenches that you've ever seen go in there, and you just barely turn it, and it moves the laser. And I would just keep checking, to make sure that it lined up with the sights, and seemed to work. So, and these are forget the model number on these Crimson Trace grips, but they're the cheapest ones. And I was a little nervous about the grip and all that, and being able to control the gun, but it didn't end up being an issue. So, yeah, revolver. You've got limited capacity as far as rounds. Holds 5. But because of the lightweight and the ease of carry and the simplicity of shooting, this is something that I'd like to take my wife out with the lowest possible recoil, like some wad cutters or something like that, and have her get comfortable with it, because it's, you don't have to mess with a bunch of safeties, and you don't have to worry about racking the slide. It's, you reload, you pop it out. One thing I have noticed about this, which maybe it's just because I'm unfamiliar with aluminum frame revolvers, but you can see where the cylinder, the ejection, this nub here on the end, where it rubs and then it locks in that divot. Anyway, you can see a slight recess, like a little channel that it's creating. Now I'm not worried about it. Just about all the softer framed revolvers I've seen do the same thing. But I just noticed that. I haven't noticed as deep of a crevice on my steel framed revolver. So yeah, and then the 442, which, remember, this is the 642, is the same exact gun, but instead of the frame being like a bare aluminum look, it's actually like a painted Duracoat type thing, factory applied. It's black, and the cylinder and the barrel are blued instead of stainless steel. And I kind of like the look of the black one better, but I wanted the stainless steel. I didn't want to have to worry about rust or corrosion, so it's kind of nice for that fact. So yeah, if you're looking for a snub-nosed revolver that's fairly easy to shoot, but you've got to be able to handle some recoil, that's a good one. Thanks for watching.